Hello everybody, good evening. It's Fiona Hooper here again, and it's the Poetry of Painting. And this week I should be having Markey Mark Symmonds on reading one of his beautiful poems, but at the moment still waiting for him. So it's a little bit like deja vu from last week when Ritesh got caught up in something unavoidable and was a little bit late, like quarter of an hour late getting on the show. But these things happen. And luckily nobody died, and we just go with it. So in the meantime, I have an extra special guest that I'm going to bring on the screen. I was going to bring them on later as a surprise, but as Markey Mark's not here yet, I am going to bring onto the screen a very good friend of mine, bear with me, called Sammy Hexter-Andrews. Hi Sammy, how are you?
Hey Fiona, I'm good, thank you very much. I'm afraid I don't have any poetry today.
Absolutely fine.
Which is probably a good thing.
Oh, that's lovely. Anyway, well, great to be speaking to you anyway. Oh, Chris says, hi Fiona, lovely to be with you again. Hi Chris, thank you for listening in, and thanks to anybody who's listening, either live or replay. Great to have you with us. Thank you. And do, as I say, send comments and ask questions as much as you like. So now the main reason that I invited Sammy along, and I sort of gave her a little teaser earlier today, that she might want to listen into the show tonight, is because the poem that Markey Mark was going to read for us is based on a painting that I'm just going to add to the screen. I think it's one that Sammy might know. So I think you might recognize that one.
Yes. That's beautiful. That's mine.
It is yours indeed. So this is a painting in oils. It's 30 by 30 centimeters, which is about 12 inches square. And I had the great privilege of going to Sammy's party, Sammy and Phil's party. Sorry, not just Sammy's party, Sammy and Philip's party.
It was mainly mine. I did the work.
But you were both celebrating 2 years late because of COVID, but you were both celebrating your 30th wedding anniversary. And it was absolutely wonderful to come and celebrate that with you. And I just wanted to give you something that was a little bit sort of personal as a gift for your wedding anniversary. And the thought occurred to me that you both rather love Cornwall. And this one is called Cornish Waves and is based on a beach on the Cornish coast. So that's how this painting came into being, basically. And
it's just such a beautiful piece of art. And Philip and I absolutely adore it, because there's something about the Cornish coastline that the colours within the sea you won't find anywhere else. Yeah. And that's why artists flock to Cornwall, because of the light. And you just captured it perfectly. You know, it's just, to us, that is just Cornwall. Absolutely just Cornwall.
Excellent.
It's just beautiful.
By the way, Sammy, Chris is asking, were you a child bride to have been married 30 years already?
No, I just have very plump cheeks.
Oh, lovely. So
I was 22. So nowadays it's quite young to get married, but back in the late 80s, it was quite normal to get married that young.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are waiting.
My kids being married, having been married at 22, I can't imagine them. They were just still babies.
Yes. I know. I think people are getting married a bit older these days, and and I think partly that's due because with the cost of housing and things as well, and not being able to get their own place when they're that age. It was much easier, I think, back then than it is now for them. So
I think another reason for people getting married older is that it's my children's generation that are getting married older. It's because as parents we've said to them, you know what, you can be and do whatever you want to be and do. You don't have to be a wife, a husband, a mother, a father. You can, you know, the literally the world is your oyster. And I think they've really taken that on board and decided, yeah, I'm going to go and do my traveling or be it. People say it's selfish not to have children. It's very selfish to have children. You know, I've got 3 of my own and I had them for me. They didn't ask to be born, sort of thing. So to enable them to grow into young men that are able to do and try and do whatever they want to do, be whatever they want to be, I think that's a positive. And so then I suppose it puts getting married, settling down on the back burner. But then even when you get married, it's not about settling down and you know, becoming boring. It's about having an adventure with someone together.
Yes,
that's how I see it.
Yes, living a new life together, but still keeping your interests as well, because I think that gives you, you know, it gives you more to talk about when, you know, you can swap ideas and interests, and, you know, you're not you know, joined at the hip, I suppose is what I'm getting at. You know, you've still got individual lives, but they are led with that joint life as well. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh, Chris says, oh, that's what it is. I'm not quite sure what that bit was.
Oh, my plump cheeks. I drink plenty of water.
He says he won't tell you how old he was when he got married, and then he says he wanted to be an engine driver. So, well, you never got to be an engine driver, Chris, but hopefully you've enjoyed doing some other things that you really did want to do in the meantime. So you never know. It's never too old.
It could still be on the cards.
Absolutely.
It could still be on the cards. I mean,
think he is talking steam, though.
Yeah, but isn't there a steam? There's a steam train down in Swanage.
Yeah.
There you go. That's run by volunteers.
There's lots around. I think they have to sort of do a few years apprenticeship before they're allowed to become a driver, though. So
before they get their neckerchief and their flat cap.
Yes. And cooking their breakfast in the firebox there. Yeah, nice. Oh dear. Well, sadly, we haven't got Markey Mark with us as yet, so I'm not sure if we're going to hear his poem tonight. We might have to wait another night for that. I know he's been ill recently, had COVID and was suffering quite a bit. So I just hope he's okay. You know, that's, you know, and that maybe he's just fallen asleep if he's got, you know, the tiredness after COVID. A lot of people do.
That's the thing. It knocks you for 6. It really does.
Yes.
So wishing you a speedy recovery, Markey Mark.
Absolutely. And also sending all very, very best wishes to Mel, who was the publisher I was going to use for my book. Sadly, she's had some very serious health issues and she's no longer going to be able to do my book for me. So I'm investigating other avenues, different ways of getting it published still, not giving up on it. It will happen. It won't happen in time for Sandown at the end of September, unfortunately. But, you know, again, that's a minor issue compared with Mel, who's not very well at all at the moment. And so I send my very best wishes to her. And sorry, folks, if you were looking forward to having the book sooner rather than later, but it's going to be a bit later now. But it will happen.
It's going to be worth the wait. It's definitely going to be worth the wait. That's all I can say, is that I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Oh, what Chris is again, perhaps you should recite Skimble Shanks the Railway Cat as we're talking about railways. I would if I could, but I've never even heard of it, let alone know it to recite it. Sorry, Chris. Maybe you should come on as well and recite it for us if you know it. But so yes, talking about book, talking about Sandown. Sammy is another of the artists who will be exhibiting at Sandown Art Fair on 23rd, 24th, 25th of September with me, and Stephanie Lester as well. So you've got 3 Blooms artists appearing there.
And our associate.
Yes, Steve as well, yes. Honorary Blooms boy. So yes, it's all full steam ahead with getting everything ready for that. I'm sure you're probably in the same boat, Sammy, although you've got quite a lot on your plate at the moment anyway.
If I could show you my studio, it is just jammy packed with all my artwork. So at the moment, I'm deciding which pieces I'm going to take with me.
Take them all, but work out which ones you're going to hang.
And everything, and still got some frames to make. So it's going to be a rush to the end, I think.
It will. I've got frames arriving hopefully the end of this week, and some of those are going to need painting, and it's all those bits, and you can't do it too soon because you don't know what work you'll have, so you've got to wait to know what sizes you need and everything else. So yeah, it's all exciting and all good fun, and we will get there by the skin of our teeth possibly, or as our dear Bloom's colleague would say, by a fag paper. So, but we'll get there. Yeah,
absolutely.
So
all will be well.
It will.
All will be well.
It will. And so if anybody listening or watching on replay would like complimentary tickets for the art fair, either for the private view and or for the Saturday or Sunday, please let Sammy or myself know. Just put some comments in and we'll get something sorted for you on that. So you'll be able to come in for free and come and say hello if you do come to the show. We'd love to see you and have a chat with you and talk about our work if you'd like to hear more about it, answer any questions and so on. So
yeah, but we went to the show in March at Sandown, and there was such a fabulous buzz and a vibe about it, and we were going as guests rather than exhibitors, but we had such a fabulous time. And even though I can't think what time we got there, I think we got there about 2. And it closed at 6. We ran out of time. There was so much to see. We ran out of time.
Yeah. Well, there's about 160 different artists going to be showing their work there. So, there'll be everything from obviously Sammy's abstract art and mixed media, my oil paintings, Stephanie's fiber sculptures, Steve's wacky lamps made of pipe work, amazing. There'll be everything there from pencil work, I'm sure, watercolors, sculpture, sculptures made of found things, glassware. I think you probably just anything you can imagine, any type of art, you'll probably find it there as well. So there's going to be something for everyone.
Absolutely. That's what I was just going to say. There's absolutely going to be something for everyone. I mean, you're not going to like everything. Nobody does. But there is going to be something that's going to absolutely take your breath away. There's a chap that does hyperrealism pencil drawings, and they look like photographs.
Yeah, they are incredible.
I stare at those, and I sort of think, wow, the patience, the time to do that out of pencil. I think it's just amazing.
Yeah,
and then there's lots of glass work. Hopefully they'll be back again. So there's amazing glass work, and there was a silversmith there as well in March. So hopefully she'll be back.
And a lady that was creating paintings using dried flowers and photography and things as well, which was amazing. She gave us I don't know if you had one, Sammy, a little card with some little dried flowers on as well, which was lovely. So, just so many different things, just so much to see. And there's also a lot of the artists will be donating a small painting about 8 by 8, and they'll be on sale in aid of the Prince's Trust, which is a wonderful charity helping young people. So they're on sale for just £45 each. So they're a real bargain, absolute bargain. And
I've got mine here. Would you like to see my one?
Oh yes, I haven't seen yours yet.
Okay.
Haven't got mine in front of me.
So I don't know. Can you see? Is that all right there, like that?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Let me take the other painting off the screen so we can see it a bit better. There we go.
So mine's called The Final Piece. Let Us Be the Wind Beneath Your Wings. And
Oh.
the reason I did this, it was actually about all the young people that go through the Princess Trust program. So I wrote a very short essay about it, and I've used multimedia pieces. So I've got actually in here, you won't be able to see on the screen tonight, but there's veined leaves within the resin, because I wanted to show the fragility of our young people. And so that represents the fragility. And then I've got slate chippings, these dark areas are slate chippings. Oh, where it is.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And because it's so strong and so hard, I wanted to show that actually our young people do have the resilience to put up with a lot that they put up with. Also on here, I've got wax as well, because wax can be melted and molded. Not that we want to melt or mold our young people, but just to express the fact that they can change,
Yes.
and they can reshape and redevelop their lives if they've got the support and the strength around them. So that's my piece, and I covered it in resin because I wanted that to have a glass effect, showing actually our young people are so beautiful if we really take a look. So the glass, the resin is like a glass, like a mirror. Take a look. Remember yourself as a young person and all the support you had, because that's what they need. So these are going to be sold for £45 to go towards the Princess Trust. So that's my piece.
That's so beautiful, Sammy, which Chris has also said as well. So, and he's also posted the poem, which I think we'll let people read it for themselves, maybe, about Skimble. Where is Skimble? Yes, the cat. Thank you, Chris, for that. I shall read that in a minute. But I've just had a message from Markey Mark as well that he's very apologetic, but I have said to join us. So if he can, hopefully he will jump on the call as well. But we'll wait and see on that one. Won't hold our breath for the minute. But I have done my painting. I did it a little while ago for the Princess Trust, but it's not to hand, I'm afraid. Otherwise, I'd show you now as well. But there's work on sale from £50 to £5,000. So there's a good price range as well for different people's pockets, which is lovely. But we've also got another event in September, which is really exciting. It's something very new to all the Blooms, apart from one whose brainwave it was to do this and who's helped mastermind it all, which is brilliant. And that is a YouTube premiere event. And it's starting on September the 11th at 3 p.m. UK time, which is a Sunday. And Sammy, do tell me if I'm getting this wrong. Hopefully I'll remember.
You're doing all right.
So what it is, we have a set of videos. Each one plays at a specific time, one after the other. And this is on YouTube. You can register for the event in advance. We'll put links on afterwards. And what happens is you watch the video, and we'll be there with live chat to answer any questions or just chat with you about the video. And if you like, subscribe to the video channel and comment on the video, for each of the 8 artists, you'll be in with a chance of winning a £50 voucher to spend on that artist's artwork or towards a piece, or for cards, calendars, anything that you can get with the £50, or put it towards a more expensive painting, whatever. But above that, the really exciting bit is that there's a grand prize as well of £400. And to be in with a chance of winning the grand prize, you need to watch each video in turn, hopefully liking, commenting and subscribing to each channel as you go. And in each video, there's a surprise hidden, more or less hidden anyway, word that will pop up at some point. And you just need to write that one down, write the word down, and write all 8 words in order to make up a phrase. And they have to be in the right order. As Sammy said earlier today, I heard her say, You can't just make up your own phrase with the 8 words. You've got to
That would be
have
quite interesting, though, wouldn't it?
it could be definitely interesting. But unfortunately, it won't put you in with a chance of winning the prize. So get them in the right order, and then you can enter the competition on the Bloom's website. All the details will be there at the YouTube premiere. And as I say, we'll put links after this so you can register for the event as well. And that £400 you can use for either a piece of work from one artist, including all shipping cost, a work that's specified in advance, or you could put it towards a more expensive painting. If you're overseas, you will need to sort out the customs yourself, unfortunately, because that's so variable and we don't have that information to do that. You could buy 2 smaller paintings. You could buy a small painting from one artist and another one from another. The possibilities are almost endless, really, aren't they? So, but £400.
I think all 8 artists have created a piece that's the £400. And so you can choose to buy that piece, or like Fiona says, put it towards another piece from that artist. It's such a wonderful prize to win, because what you're winning is a piece of original art that has got a lot of thought and care and attention and preparation in, and you're not going to get a chance like this again well, not this year from us, definitely not from us. And to have such a wide choice of art that you can choose from we have encaustic wax from Julie, we have oils, landscapes from yourself, we have fibre sculpture from Stephanie, creative lamp design from Steve, figurative art from Elisa, gum sculpture from Mac, and abstract art from myself, and Cindy does animal portraits.
Beautiful animal portraits. Yeah.
But it's not your dog. I need to stress that it's not your dog that she's going to do an animal portrait of. She works volunteers in a zoo, so there are a lot of endangered species that she paints in acrylics or in watercolor. So there's such a wide range of pieces that everyone's going to be putting forward that, like Fiona says, you can choose to have. I have mine here as well. Would you like to see that one?
Yes, please. Actually, I do have mine here as well. Oh, okay, that one. I love that one.
This is Mardi Gras beads. And the story behind this was when I was on holiday before the pandemic. We're in the French Quarter, and you see all the different coloured beads hanging up. So we've got the golds and the purples and the greens, the Mardi Gras colours, and it was just a representation of that. So that's my piece. This is a 50 by 50, and it's ready to hang. It doesn't need to be framed. You can frame it if you like, but it's just ready to hang.
It's beautiful, Sammy. And is that one resin as well? It looks like it's got a lovely gloss on it.
It's got resin. Yeah, it's got resin over the beads. So it's mixed media. There's also a little bit of gold leaf in there as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I do like a bit of gold leaf. You might have noticed by now. So I have got my one here. Bear with me a moment. Just have to get it. Hang on. Put my ears back in. Right. So this is my one here, which it's an oil painting of a sunrise as opposed to a sunset.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it's actually, what size is it? I would say that's 30 by 60 centimeters. So about 1 foot by 2 foot, roughly. So, and that's an oil painting, obviously. And it's called Shepherd's Sunrise. So that's gorgeous. My one. But as we said before, you don't have to select just that piece of work from the artist that you love, but it could be that you want a bigger piece of Sammy's, or have you still got that wonderful triptych of the jazz players?
I do.
Jasmine.
Yeah,
So,
I do.
you could put the money towards something like that, or, as I say, 2 smaller pieces or whatever. So, you're not restricted just to the paintings that we've sort of said, right,
No,
that is it.
I
You
think
wouldn't have to
we
paint
all
anything
put one.
else.
Yeah, we all put one forward so you could see this is what you can win, pay towards that voucher. But all our other pieces are going to be that little bit more expensive, so you could use your voucher to pay towards a bigger piece, a more expensive piece, if the one that we're offering isn't to your taste.
Not their favourite. Let's put it that way.
I wish I could enter, because
Mm.
I'd be like a kid in a sweet shop. I wouldn't know what to choose.
No. Unfortunately, I don't think it'd be very fair if we entered somehow, No. Which is very disappointing.
Saying that, I don't even think I'd get the phrase right anyway. When I was making my video, 3 times I forgot to put it in. My word.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Well,
So
it will be in there,
all
folks.
videos are very different, aren't they?
Yes. And I know Cindy was saying earlier as well that, we've got artists demonstrating how they work. We've got artists doing very sort of like speed painting, because it may have been filmed over 8 hours, but it's condensed into half a minute. So it looks like it's really quick and easy, when it's really not. People talking about their processes, how they create. I haven't seen yours, Sammy, but I would imagine you probably tell us about how you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I have seen yours actually. how you do your essays, and how you put so much thought into the painting even before you pick up a canvas ready to start work. So there's so many different things to see on these videos. It's going to be I just want to watch them all as well to see.
And everyone has a whole week to watch it. You need to have entered by the 18th of September. That's the cut-off date. We need all entries by the 18th, because that's when we're going to pick the winner.
Yes. Yeah. So don't forget, folks, Sunday, the 11th of September, 3 p.m. UK time. Try to watch it live if you can, because then if you've got any questions, not what's the phrase, please, we don't want that question, because that wouldn't be very fair. But if you've got any questions about the work or anything else, then we'll be there on live chat to talk with you. And it's just going to be fantastic. It's just wonderful. And to see all of these different artists creating and talking about their work. Don't miss it, folks. But as Sammy said, if you can't make Sunday the 11th for any reason, you will have the following week up to the 18th to be able to enter, to watch the videos, and then enter the prize draws. So don't miss it, basically. And don't forget, if you want complimentary tickets for Sandown in Surrey, that's Sandown, Surrey, UK, for the art fair there, just to let us know, and we will happily sort something out for you. Yes, so it's a busy time next month, very busy time, but it's going to be good. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be lovely to talk with so many art lovers and talk about our work, and just hear what people think of our work as well, because that's always so interesting for me as an artist to know what our work says to people, what response they have to it.
That's what I love. I love hearing how others view my work and what they see in my work. And even if someone says, oh, do you know what, abstract isn't my thing, that's fine. And because it just gives it's a conversation opener. Because I don't expect everyone to love all my work, but there might be something they think, oh, well, actually, that's quite interesting. How did you do that? And then you start the conversation. So I love conversations. I'm gonna have to be strict with myself, because I'm gonna have to make sure I don't wander off to other people's stands, because I love hearing other people's work processes and everything.
Yes.
And the artists that share the most, that are the most generous, are the ones I find that really always have a buzz around their stand.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you come to any of the Bloom stands, there'll be a buzz there. I can assure you that, because we're all wanting to share our art and wanting to encourage people to join in and get involved and find their creative bent, because we're all creative. Sometimes we just feel like, oh, because we were told at school you're not good enough, then you sort of think, oh, maybe I'm not. But actually, we all have that ability to do it, and we just want to encourage that.
Absolutely. Well, Sammy, I'm afraid we're about at the end of our time now. So thanks so much for coming on and having a great chat with me. Really loved chatting with you always. And
no worries, it was good fun.
So Chris has put a little funny comment on there. What number bus will be at the stand? Well done, Chris. Thanks again, Sammy. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you at Sandown. And don't forget, September the 11th. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.